Ladies and gentlemen, the world is not what they told you it was. It is not fair. It is not kind. It does not care whether you rise or fall. They want you to believe in rules, in justice, in some invisible force that rewards the righteous and punishes the wicked. But tell me, have you ever seen a lion ask for permission to hunt? Have you ever seen a king beg for his throne? No, because power is never given, it is taken. They will tell you to be patient, to wait your turn, to follow the rules, and you will listen, like a good little puppet, until one day you wake up and realize your turn is never coming. The system was never made for you to win. It was built to keep you controlled, chained. The moment you understand that, the moment you see the world for what it really is, you have two choices. You can kneel, or you can burn it down. People love the idea of heroes, but heroes are nothing more than martyrs waiting to die. They are pawns, thrown into the fire to protect those too weak to fight for themselves. They want you to be a hero because heroes are predictable. Heroes hesitate. Heroes bleed for a world that never bled for them. But the villain, the villain is something else entirely. The villain does not wait. The villain does not ask. The villain takes. And that, my dear friends, is why they fear us. Because when you stop caring about their rules, when you stop seeking their approval, you become something terrifying. You become unstoppable. And that is the greatest crime of all. They don't fear monsters. They fear competition. They fear the ones who see through the illusion, the ones who are not afraid to carve their own path with their own hands. They preach about good and evil, but what is good except obedience? And what is evil except defiance? Those in power write the story, and they always make themselves the heroes. But I have a little secret for you. The villain is the one who changes the story. The villain is the one who rewrites the script. And the villain is the one who wins. So let them call you wicked. Let them whisper your name in fear. Let them lie awake at night wondering how to stop you. Because the truth is, they can't. They never could. They built this world thinking they would always be the masters. But what happens when the slaves refuse their chains? What happens when the ones they crushed finally decide to stand? I'll tell you what happens. The world burns. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what it needs. The weak love to talk about fairness, about kindness, about playing the game the right way. But let me ask you something. Who made the rules? Who decided what's right and what's wrong? It wasn't you. It was the ones at the top. The ones who already had everything. They built the game so that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you struggle, you will never win. But the real joke, they convince you that losing is noble, that suffering is honorable, that if you endure long enough someday, someone will come along and reward you. Lies. No one is coming to save you. No one cares about your struggle. They will watch you break, watch you fall, and when you are no longer useful, they will step over your corpse without a second thought. So why are you still waiting? Why are you still playing by their rules? Do you think if you just work harder, just be better, they will finally let you in? They won't. They never will. Because they don't fear good people. They fear powerful people. You see, power doesn't corrupt. Power reveals. Give a man power, and you will see his true face. The kindest man will become a tyrant. The meek will become cruel. And the righteous, they will become the very monsters they claim to fight against. But you are different. Because you have already seen the truth. You have already stepped into the darkness and realized that it is not your enemy. No, the darkness is your friend. It is the only thing that never lied to you, never betrayed you, never pretended to be something it's not. The dark doesn't judge you. It doesn't demand that you be something you're not. It simply is. And once you embrace it, once you own it, You will never be a prisoner again, because the world only respects one thing: strength, not patience. Strength. So stop apologizing. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting for permission to exist. Take what's yours. Rip it from the hands of those who swore you would never have it. They will call you selfish. They will call you ruthless. Let them. Because the only people who demand that you stay weak are the ones who benefit from your weakness. They want you to be controlled. They want you to be predictable. Because predictable people don't rise. Predictable people don't change the world. But tell me, when has the world ever been changed by those who obeyed? By those who waited? By those who did as they were told? Never. History belongs to those who take, those who refuse to kneel, those who rewrite the rules. And you were never meant to follow. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to break them. So break them. Take what's yours. Become the nightmare they whispered about. Because the only real sin in this world is being powerless. They will tell you to be patient, to wait in line, to play nice. They will tell you that good things come to those who wait. But let me ask you, have you ever seen a wolf wait for its meal? Have you ever seen a storm ask permission to destroy? The strong don't wait. The strong don't ask. The strong take. They will whisper behind your back, call you dangerous, reckless, unhinged. Good. Let them. Do you think the lion loses sleep over the opinions of sheep? Do you think the fire cares if it burns too bright? No. Because the fire was never meant to be contained, and neither were you. They will try to break you, to bend you, to make you something smaller, something weaker, something easier to control. And maybe once you let them. Maybe once you believed that if you just followed their rules, they would accept you. But that was before you realized the truth. The truth is, they never wanted you to succeed. They never wanted you to rise. They wanted you obedient, silent, forgotten. But people like you don't disappear. People like you don't fade. People like you burn. And when the world finally sees you for what you are, when they realize that nothing they say, nothing they do, nothing they threaten can stop you, oh, that's when the fear sets in. That's when they tremble. Because they have spent their entire lives feeding on the weak, and now, for the first time, they are staring into the eyes of something they cannot control. They will call you a monster. They will say you have lost your way, that you have become cruel, ruthless, unforgiving. And they will be right, because mercy was for the old you, the one who begged, who suffered, the one who waited. That person is dead. What stands in their place is something else, something sharper, something stronger, something that does not ask, does not beg, does not break. You don't need their approval. You don't need their acceptance. You never arrogant did. Because in the end, there are only two kinds of people in this world: the ones who are used and the ones who use, the ones who obey and the ones who command, the prey and the predator. And you were never meant to kneel. So rise and let them tremble. They told you to be patient, to trust the system, to wait for your turn. But what if your turn never comes? What if the system will to keep you exactly where you are? Think about it. A cage isn't just made of bars. It's made of rules, expectations, and fear. And the most dangerous cages. They're the ones you don't even realize you're in. But once you see it, once you truly see it, you can never unsee it. The illusion shatters. The lies unravel. And suddenly, the things that used to keep you in line, they mean nothing. The guilt, the fear, the shame. Tools they used to control you, to keep you small, to keep you in place. And you almost fell for it, didn't you? You almost believed them, almost let them clip your wings, almost let them convince you that power was a dirty word, that wanting more made you greedy, that fighting back made you a villain. But here's the truth. They only call you selfish when they can't use you anymore. So let them talk. Let them spread their little rumors, their little lies. They are afraid, and they should be, because for the first time you are not apologizing. You are not waiting. You are not playing their game. And that terrifies them, because they were comfortable when you were quiet. They were safe when you were obedient. But now, you are something else, something they cannot predict, something they cannot control. And there is nothing more dangerous than a person who has nothing left to lose. The moment you stop fearing them, the moment you stop needing their approval, is the moment you become truly free. Because fear is their weapon, doubt is their poison, and guilt is their leash. But you have no leash, you have no master, you are no one's pawn. They wanted you weak. So they told you that kindness was a virtue, that turning the other cheek made you good, that suffering in silence made you noble. But tell me, have you ever seen a wolf apologize for hunting? Have you ever seen a storm regret the destruction it brings? No, because nature does not care for morality. Nature cares only for survival. And in the end, that is the only law that matters. So forget the guilt. Forget the shame. Forget the rules they built to keep you in chains. Take what's yours. Own your power. Embrace what they fear. Because if the world insists on calling you a monster, you might as well show them how monstrous you can be.